This video is intended to walk students through the Lesson 4, Unit 4, Days 29 and 30, Absolutely Universal, with the guiding question, how did rulers from across Afro-Eurasia justify and sustain their absolute power? The lesson objective is to investigate the characteristics of absolute power by comparing three monarchs. Let's start this two-day lesson with a simple question that doesn't necessarily have a simple answer. If you were a leader, how would you get people to follow you? Would your response to the question differ based on the historical context, time, and place of your rule? What makes you say that? Use the blue space provided on this slide to write down your thinking. Then, discuss your response with your small group and compare your different perspectives on the question. In this two-day lesson, you will compare the rule of three monarchs from three different parts of Afro-Eurasia: Akbar the Great from the Mughal Empire in India, Peter the Great from Russia, both on day 1, and Louis XIV from France, day 2. At the end of day 2, you will write a paragraph comparing the rule and the historical contexts of the three rulers in response to the following question. Can the term absolute ruler be used to describe all three of the rulers? Write down your initial hypothesis in response to the question above, using the space in blue below. Before we start with our analysis of the rule of Akbar the Great, Peter the Great, and Louis XIV, there is one important note to consider. When we read and analyze sources about the three rulers, one of the primary goals is to understand the specific historical contexts of each ruler's monarchical power as an absolute monarch. During this course, we have used the contextualization tool to help us understand the important questions to ask in order to best understand the historical context from both the immediate and distant view. The immediate view, the forces that acted upon the person, group, or event that happened close to the time it occurred. The distant view, the long-term forces that acted upon the person, group, or event. When we refer to forces, we specifically consider the economic and social forces, the impact of changes to the economy on different groups of people in a society, political forces, the systems of government for a given state, what individuals or groups held power, and the stability or instability of the state. Cultural and intellectual forces, movements of dominant ideas and/or innovations to belief systems.